TPS reports. Hello. Hello, Rico. Hello, buddy.
Hey,
How you doing, my
Justin. How
friend?
you doing today, bud? I'm doing good. I'm coming
Good.
off of a high from this weekend. A lot of pool, a lot of action, a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun. And also your first time on the show. I finally got you on the show. This has been
Yeah,
like
for
my
real.
year-long goal.
Yeah, shout out to Josh Perdone for bailing.
Yeah, yeah.
He was
Yeah, you
supposed to
took
save me.
you took yeah. So it's just me and you. TPS reports. This is the 18th show of the year, by the way. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, we were at Brass Tap and Billiards, $1,000 added non-ball. Rico, I'm going to read off our sponsors first before we start the show because you can never show enough love to the sponsors, and obviously they help the show, they help the tournament go. So Paul Harrison Custom Cues, thank you to Paul. Portico Licensed General Contractors, thank you to Corey Shimtov. Pool Doctors, thank you Josh Mullenix. TKO Custom Cues, Kirk Overcash. Barry McDonald at Ameris Bank Mortgage Banker. We actually didn't even see him. He didn't even come and play this weekend. Fast Action Billiards, which we'll be at one more time this year. Ball Breakers Club, Ketan Patel. Make sure you check them out on Facebook. Inkwell Design, JC Riggs made another fantastic trophy. Supreme Q, Sean Brodowski. Sadly, we missed him this weekend also. Deadstroke Media, obviously Pat Dixon. We shout out to Pat. And the Roundabout Grill, great breakfast and lunch spot. Yeah, so thank you for our sponsors. Rico, we're at Brass Tap. Let's talk about the player list first and foremost. How great of a field was
Oh my
this?
God, you're cutting out.
Oh, how
If
good of
you're
a
saying
field was
stuff, I
this?
can't hear you.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me now?
Yes, and give Barry's sponsorship one more shout out. You went robotic there for a second.
Okay, Barry McDonald at Ameris Bank Mortgage Banker. Shout out to Barry. Sadly, he didn't show up. Do I sound better now, Rico?
Yes, I can hear you
Okay.
loud and clear. That was crisp.
Perfect. Rico, give us a synopsis of this awesome field that we have. We had a 32 player field, maybe possibly the longest one of the year.
Yeah, so kind of going back to what we were talking about. So for everybody who doesn't know, anytime we show up at Brass Tap, me and Justin are always huffing it, driving 3 hours out there, driving 3 hours back, which gives us a good opportunity to talk a bit. And as I was sharing with Justin, we share stories, we share experiences, talk about pool. It's always fun. But Brass Tap always ends up being one heck of a show, man. Like we get some really good players that come out. He wasn't here this time around, but anytime we can get Guama to play in one of the tournaments, always a fun watch. And this time was no exception. I want you to keep me honest. I'm pretty sure we had like 5, 6, 700 Fargo players show
Yeah,
up.
I think six. I think six players over 700.
6, yeah.
Yeah, and that's
So
also, by the way, first event of the year without Mike Davis.
yeah, exactly. So we didn't have Mike Davis or Guama there, both 750 easy Fargos. So, and that's not to say all the 600 plus people who made up the middle and bottom of the pack. I mean, I ended up playing one guy who I think you told me was 450. I myself am 550, and the guy shot like really well. So there's a lot of good skilled players, and I don't think, especially on the bottom end, the Fargos do justice to those players and their abilities on the table. So very very fun time.
Agreed. And we paid out a total of $5,160. Just
Mm.
how awesome is that for a 32 player field to pay out that much money? That's pretty awesome, right, Rico?
Yeah, I mean, especially considered what's added versus what the field puts in and what we get from the Calcutta. It was a fantastic showing.
Absolutely. Always love to see big money thrown out there. Let's go ahead and talk about who won. Let's go ahead and talk about these winners because we got a lot of good players to talk about today. First and foremost, the winner, 3 straight wins on the pool series now, 3 straight, even though the first one was a 3-way split. But he's won now back-to-back weekends, and that's BJ Ussery, his first win at Brass Tap, by the way. Rico, I think this is the best I've seen BJ play in one of our tournaments this year. I don't know. What do you feel?
I'm sorry, you said it was his first win, and then you cut out there. What was his
It
first
was
win?
BJ's first win at Brass Tap this year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, what was your question?
Just I think it was the best he's played all year in one of our
Oh
tournaments. I
my
don't
God.
know. What do you
Oh
think?
my God. Bro, you know, shout out to BJ, man, because you know, there is no questioning his ability on the table, right? I've had some choice words around his ability to maintain his focus in some of his matches. There was not even a trace of doubt around his execution. And there was certainly some testers there during a couple of his matches that definitely, he shined through. I gotta give his flowers there for sure.
I mean, he definitely had a tough one to even start the day playing Eddie Little, so he didn't really get to
Yeah,
ease into this tournament at all.
yeah, and neither did Eddie in his defense.
I mean, we can yeah, we'll get into Eddie Little's tournament here in a minute, but yeah, BJ obviously with
Oh,
a tough field for sure, but pulling out the W, three straight wins. Those last two matches that he plays Jason Rogers and then Josh Roberts. Me and you even said, Rico, that it looked like BJ was just playing by himself at the table. That's how easy he was making it look.
oh yeah. So I play in the tournaments, right? So
Yeah.
I wasn't able to catch a lot of the first parts because a lot of the times we're just trying to rush through and see how far I can get, so I can get back to helping you and commentating and the like there. But the latter part of the tournament, from what I saw him play, I mean, the last two matches, Jason Rogers and Josh Roberts, insane. Like it was a beautiful thing to watch. I mean, I was telling you during the comment, when we were commentating, that he makes it seem like it's so easy, to the point where if you don't play pool, you're wondering why this sport is so difficult, but it's just his ability to make it look so easy.
Yeah, he made it look absolutely easy. And the second place guy, Josh Roberts, I was very impressed with how, I was expecting a big time battle in the finals, but BJ just, I mean, he was on another gear. And his break was absolutely perfect
Yeah,
in the last match. Um,
yeah.
and it looked like Josh just couldn't get the breakdown, I think, in the finals.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, at that point, I would say like the last two racks were longer than than like the first set of that match.
Yeah.
But he definitely, by the end, I mean, it was like an unstoppable force. I mean, even Josh couldn't, he got a couple of looks at, a couple of shots, but you could tell, I think he was already out of it at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. And Josh, he'd won one of our events at Brass Tap earlier this year, so he was trying to win his second one. He's played twice in the pool series this year, a first place finish and now a second place finish. I mean, just how awesome though is it to watch Josh Roberts in person? He's really, honestly, probably one of the top 10 or 15 players in America. I would feel like. I don't know what you think about that.
I mean, I would certainly agree with that. And, I think, to put it into perspective, as easy as BJ was making it look this time around, Josh is more than capable of doing the same thing. And watching him play, he's definitely one of the fun players to watch. I mean, to this day, I can't get over his like slip stroke or whatever. Like most of the time, I'm just watching his right hand because, I mean, for those who may not be familiar, he has a very specific stroke. If you ever get a chance to watch him, it's a treat, because on his final stroke, every single time you see his backhand adjust on the grip of the butt of the cue. And if I even tried that, I would, the cue ball would be going. I would not be making a ball for like 5 years trying to get used to that type of a stroke. So it's always a fun watch there.
What's funny though is, even with that being a slip stroke, to me, it's like it's one of the nicest looking strokes.
Mm-hmm.
Just his whole stance and structure of his shot. I feel like I could almost just watch him hit balls all day long. I think it's very fun to watch Josh. His pattern play might be a little differently than what I feel like doing
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, but just watching him actually hit the ball it's perfection. I think if you're going to teach somebody how to play pool, maybe that's you show them just videos of Josh Roberts possibly.
That's a good point. I mean, I'd probably ask him next time I see him, like, how do you end up with that type of a stroke, right? Like, imagine trying to teach someone. Like I'd have to assume it's something that naturally becomes like easy for you to do. So you just start, incorporating it as part of your gameplay. But like if I mean, I don't know. I mean that it's kind of crazy to me, but
I
you can't
think I
argue with the results.
Yeah, I think I asked him one time, and he said it did just come natural. Like that was just how he did it from
Really?
the start. So I don't know.
That's wild to me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
That's natural.
yeah, that's very wild to me. It's kind of crazy, honestly, to think about. Third and fourth place finishers, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, Jason Rogers and Michael Robertson. Michael Robertson with another cash this year. We've seen him get, I think, third place now. I think that's 3 times now this year he's gotten third place. And Jason Rogers cashing once again. Um, I mean, obviously they both lost to BJ and Josh Roberts, but I mean, Rico, just how well do you think Jason and Michael were playing? Because it seemed to me like they were both playing pretty good.
Yeah, so I had the opportunity to play Jason during the tournament. I believe he was my first loss, and we kept it close. It was a third set, and I kind of lost it in the third set. But we were going toe to toe. I think he won the first set. I won the second set. And super. I don't think I can say enough about Jason's etiquette. I mean, super nice guy, and we were very respectful of each other during the match, and definitely given props when shots were being made that were pretty intense. But his ability, I think he got better throughout the day, and that's what led to his third place finish. But like we were stating, when he got to BJ was just out there, hitting balls and practicing, for lack of a better phrase.
Yeah, and then on the flip, yeah, Jason's super nice guy, by the way. I love his attitude. I love his character, and obviously he's a great player as well. The other third place finisher, Michael Robertson, beats Johnny Archer first round. You got to see Michael last weekend at an APA event. Did you think the way that he was playing last weekend that it would translate to this weekend and he would have had a great chance to, possibly win the tournament?
So I don't have a lot of experience with Michael. It's not until like the last, let's call it, couple of months where like I've been seeing his name more, and I had the opportunity to watch him because I was at the same. So he had qualified for the regional for APA 8-ball and 9-ball, and I didn't only qualified for 9-ball. I didn't see him in 8-ball, but in 9-ball he lost to James Blackburn in the first round, and then had to come back up the bracket and played James again, and they literally like reversed. Like it was like a 75-40 split the first time, and then it was literally the same score but reversed. What I want to say about Michael is from the short time that I've known him, super nice guy as well, but incredibly determined. His ability to grind out and like keep a very solid mental state is, I think, something that is absolutely commendable. And I think that showed not only during the 9-ball APA qualifier, but also during the tournament. I mean, he beat Johnny Archer the first round. I mean, you take that to the grave, right? like you're telling that story until the last breath that you take.
He won that match. He won that match in 2 sets.
Yeah, and that's why a very specific person made sure that he got him into Calcutta. So
smart guy there. Yeah, I think Michael, if you were to list if you were to make a list of like 4 or 5 guys that you expect to get a pool series trophy soon, I think Michael probably has to be on that list because, he's been so close here recently. He played for the hot seat last time we were at Brass Tap. One of the last times we were at Smoking Q, he finished third place. So, I mean, Michael's right there. Do you think he could possibly walk home with one of our trophies at some point in the near future?
I wouldn't be surprised. He does. I mean, as long as we have Mike Davis, Josh Roberts, BJ showing up to these, it's going to be incredibly tough. But his ability to pull out a win is absolutely present. I would put him in the same, like that category of it's just a matter of time if he keeps showing up to win a trophy. I would put him in the same category as Padron for sure.
Yeah, and Michael actually beat Padron in the second round. So he started the
tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started the tournament off with the win against Archer and then win against Padron. And Padron had, last 2 times we had seen him, he had lost in the finals. So that's a great win there for Michael as well.
I think we were talking about that too. His draw, like from a bracket standpoint, was insane. Like just world beater after world beater that he had to play against, and he was just marching through that bracket.
Yeah, because he plays Archer, then Padron, and then he played BJ. Those were his first 3 matchups.
And we're talking like 650 plus all over the, and BJ and Archer are world beaters. So
yeah, I mean, Padron's a 693. So his first 3 matches, the lowest player he played was a 693. Like that's a pretty crazy way to start off your day. But that shows you how tough of a field this was as well. Like there was no easy draws in this field, so to speak. Let's move on to 5th through 8th because 5th place now with our new format. It's 5th through 8th. Maybe some surprise names here. We had, what did we have? 3 new cashed players. 3 of these guys had never cashed before. One of them, this was the first time he's ever played. No, 2 of them. I'm sorry, 2 of them. It's the first time they've ever played in a pool series event. So we had Adam Davis, Steve Page, Chris Wilder, and Oleg Kotick as our 5th through 8th finishers. Let's just take it one by one, Rico. Let's start off with Adam Davis. I don't know. Did you really get to see Adam play?
Actually, that's probably one of the ones that I'm more angry that I didn't get to see play because he was always off like on the side of the room in one of the tables over there. Like I think he took out Scott. And Scott is another 700 Fargo player, and he seems like a nice guy. I would have loved to catch his play some. Unfortunately, I didn't get a good view of it, but very soft-spoken dude. But obviously, you can't deny his skill on the table. So
yeah, I mean, he knocked out 3 good players. He beat Scott Roberts, Josh Padron, and Chris Clark.
Damn, yeah, that's pretty strong. Shout out to Chris and his ability to get better at the table. He also stayed into the tournament pretty long as well.
Yeah, Chris is definitely getting a lot better. He won a set off of Josh Roberts, which was awesome to see. Adam Davis, super nice guy. I got to talk to him a little bit after the tournament. Hopefully he starts coming around more. Says he just got back into pool. Apparently, apparently like 20-ish years ago or so, he was like,
classic pool player. Yeah, well, I just picked it up again.
Yeah. Well, 20 years ago, apparently he was a really good junior player. Went to the junior nationals and everything. So
I without a doubt believe that.
Yes, I believe it too. Because not only did I hear it from him, I also heard it from a couple other people. But let's move on to the next 5th through 8th player, Steve Page. Steve Page, I think that's the 3rd time he's cashed in one of our events. Got 3rd place in the first event of the year. Another 5th through 8th finish for him. Steve Page, great player. Always a pleasure to watch him play. I don't know. What did you think about Steve Page? We got to see him on the stream table a couple times.
So I got to see him once on the stream table, and I do recall seeing him play because he's been to our Brass Tap event before, correct?
Yeah. I think he's been to every one.
Yeah, really? Yeah. So, I've definitely, so he's probably above Adam as far as seeing him play, right? But I've only seen him play a couple times. Very solid player, very good pattern play, very consistent, I would say. So, yeah, very strong play from him as well.
Absolutely, for sure. Next up is Chris Wilder. First time seeing him in a pool series, first time cashing. Obviously, he's kind of a well-known player in the Raleigh area. I don't think it's that much of a surprise that he cashed, although I don't ever really see him in tournaments very often. But Chris, super nice guy. He also does Q work, by the way. So if you're in that area, maybe you hit him up. But did you get to see Chris Wilder any, or did you get to talk to Chris any at all throughout the day?
I'm sorry. Did you see, and then you cut out there. What was the question?
Did you get to see Chris Wilder play any throughout the day, or did you get to talk to him at all?
No, I didn't. And he's another player that I don't get to see too often. But when he does show up, let's just say he doesn't go for the minimum in the Calcutta. So
yes,
and he loves breaking so hard. I mean, it's not always the best move depending on how the tables are playing, but boy, is it fun to watch.
Yeah, it's fun to watch people break hard. The last player that cashed, Oleg Kotick, 535 Fargo on paper. I think maybe he plays a little bit better than that. Yeah, this I think was the
I
third time.
mean, sure.
Yeah, I
The
think this was the
system's
third time.
infallible.
Yeah, I think this was the third time we've seen Oleg play one of our events. Super nice guy. I like Oleg. I was glad he came to play, but yeah, I mean, I think we both agree, right, Rico? He's way better than a 535 Fargo.
Yeah, so this was the first time I ever got to see him play ever, and by the way he was shooting, he has an incredible mental game that translates to his ability to execute on his capability on the table. And you're absolutely correct. There was some confusion during the match that had it been anybody else with a questionable past or attitude or questionably or known questionable attitude, you could argue that he was trying to inflict some gamesmanship into the match, but imagine, I mean, he's one of those people, like, as soon as you talk to him and you see the way that he reacts to people and, super respectful, there's no doubt in my mind it was just, a legitimate confusion around what was happening in the rack. So, and he immediately, it's one of those things where, like, he's bringing up a question and immediately he just wants to go back to his seat. Like, you can tell just from the look on his face, because he knows that this could be misconstrued, and I feel bad for that, right? But he's super nice guy, and he definitely showed up. I would hate to fight to play him, especially if he's 535. Scariest 535 I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, that was very tough. But yeah, that was our final 8. I want to get your thoughts, Rico, because this is your first time on the show since we've been doing the new format, and you got to play in the tournament, so you got to somewhat experience the new format where we go single elimination final 8. But I mean, being there in person, do you like it? Do you like the single elimination final 8?
There might be a bias, right? Because we run the tournament, or
Yeah,
I try to help run the tournament. But I think it's phenomenal. I think the change. So as pool players, we kind of go into a tournament, especially the larger ones, especially if there's like double elimination. You're going to be there for a while, right? And sometimes you get cooked by waiting some time between matches and the like there. But it's all part of the game, right? The switch to the redraw on the final 8 single elimination, adding, and this is key, adding an extra game to each set, right? That you have to win to kind of even it out. I think is incredibly powerful, and I think the outcomes are definitely indicative of it being a good move, because the players still get to, I think it's a good balance of giving the players extra time with the extra game to deliver the game that they want to deliver during the match. But I don't think anybody in a tournament would complain about getting out, let's say at midnight or 1 a.m. versus 6 a.m. Right?
yeah.
So
Yeah, tell the people what
yeah,
time we got done.
maybe 1 a.m. at the latest.
No, no, no. We got done. It was 11 something.
Oh, was it 11? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was beautiful. Like, it felt like a dream, to be honest. I literally was like, is this real life? And we've been trying to do this for, like, I've been a part of the process for like maybe a year, just short of 2 years or so.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm used to, like, if I commit to going to a pool series tournament, I'm there, right? Unless I'm feeling bad for one reason or another. But it felt like a dream. It was more than welcome, and very few, very little feedback from players in a negative sense around the outcomes and the format, which I think Justin does a really good job of trying to keep the players happy. With that balancing act, and it's led to a couple of shifts in the format that we've been using in the tournaments, and I think this is the biggest shift that we've done that had the most positive impact, with giving up very little on the downside, right? So, yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, we're gonna keep running our experiments, right? But this is definitely a good start to the outcomes that we're seeing for the change in the format.
Agreed. Agreed. And you mentioned how it's a race to 4 in the final 8 per set. We saw that extra game maybe makes a difference, because Chris Wilder was up 3-0 on BJ in the first set and ends up losing 4-3. So, that last game could be a big difference maker, I feel like, maybe, because if it was just a race to 3, Chris would have been up 1-0. Instead, BJ finds a way to come back and wins it. So, yeah, I like that. I like that it goes one extra game. I really enjoy that because the best of the best, they should be playing a little bit longer of a match, um, maybe more so than earlier on in the tournament. But let's talk about some of these players that didn't cash, Rico. I'm going to list all the players that didn't cash that have cashed before in a pool series event. Are you ready? This is a long list.
Wait. So sorry, you cut out there. You're going to list the people who didn't cash but have cashed in a previous event?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
okay. All right. Good.
this is going to be a long list. You got Joe Hyatt Jr., Chris Clark, Joshua Padrone, Johnny Archer, Rico Gonzalez, Adam Bryan, Scott Roberts, Chris Turner, Eddie Little, Diego Guerrero. And plus, that's not even mentioning we did have Keith Bennett play as well. So how strong of a field how strong of a field is the people that didn't cash? And also, Rico, out of all those people, who's the one guy you expected to be in the top 8 that didn't get there?
I was gonna say the one guy that I feel would be the weakest in the list is me, but put it that way. So, I would think like Keith Bennett, Padrone, those two are, Padrone for sure. Given his history at the pool series, is like a lock for cash. So him not making the cash this time was very surprising. But every pool player has those moments. And Keith, I mean, his legend precedes him, right? Like Keith has been around the game for God knows how long, and he's definitely one of those players that if he shows up, the people who know who he is try to stay out of his way. So
yeah, I mean, I think having Keith Bennett and Johnny Archer both not cash in this tournament shows you that A, how strong of a field it is, and B, it might show you how fair the format is to where everybody has a chance.
Yeah, and my bad for missing out on Johnny Archer. I didn't know I had to keep track of all the names you were saying. There were so many names, but absolutely. I mean, Johnny Archer has won. He's won a pool series event, right?
No, he never won.
I thought he went to did he go to the finals then with him and TK?
He got third place. Yeah, he got third place. No, he got fourth place. He got fourth place. Okay. It was BJ, Tommy Kennedy, Renal, and then Archer.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, I mean, keep me honest. Absolutely, I don't have the memory like you do for the events, but I mean, if Johnny Archer shows up, I mean, it's Johnny Archer. I mean, talk about legendary backgrounds, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, is he a Hall of Famer? Is Johnny a Hall of Famer?
I'd be surprised if he wasn't. Are you kidding me?
Same. Let's talk about your tournament for a quick second, Rico. Let's talk about yours. You lost to Jason Rogers, you beat Tony Grimes, and then you lost to Hillman Cooper. Do you think it should have played out any differently? Do you think maybe any of those matches should have gone the other way?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, considering the class of skill that we had in the tournament, I don't think I had too crazy of a draw. Jason and I were going neck and neck for a good time, and I just lost it in the last set. I don't know if it was I'm assuming it was my focus. I felt like when I was executing the shots that I wanted, I felt really good, right? And let's just say that if I'm running a race with Jason, I can still see him in front of me, right? Like all I have to do is push harder and I can beat him, right?
Yeah.
So, but Jason puts in the work, so I got to give him credit where credit is due. With Tony, I feel like, he was being nice to me by getting a knee surgery before the tournament. So.
Shout out to Tom. Shout out to Tony though.
Injured. I like Tony. Yeah, if I injured myself and I had to be mobile, the first thing I'm thinking about is walking around a pool table to help keep myself mobile, right? So that one, that turned out to be a win. With Hillman, that's probably the one that I'm most disappointed about because I definitely feel like I should have beaten him. But not to take anything away from him, At that point in time, I couldn't pull it through. Nothing else to be said about that. But um, every single time I play in the tournaments, I always feel like I know what I'm capable of. I just, I don't put in the work. I play once a week for APA, and I'm sitting around for 4 hours playing for one maybe if they decide to play me. So it's been on my mind to get out a little bit more because I'm tired of losing to people who I think I should be beating. So
Nice.
but I mean, on the right day, I can beat BJ, right? I beat him in 8 ball in Masters one time.
That's right.
So
Exactly.
it required, and then he whitewashed me in 9 ball, to be clear. But I made a crazy mass A shot to make the 8 ball for the win. So
Nice. And we do call you the Legend Killer, Rico. So you got to live up to that nickname at least.
Yeah, honestly, that I think that's my spot in the tournaments. Like, I feel like not putting in the practice definitely shows, but if you're walking into a match with me and you think you could sleep on me, then you got another thing coming. But I'm hoping to be better than that at some point.
Oh yeah, and we all know you will be. So this was our last tournament at Brass Tap this year. Shout out to Brass Tap. Let's just talk about for a minute, like some of the things that we're going to remember from Brass Tap this year. I know, Rico, your favorite thing is probably the chicken wings that we tried for the first time.
Bro, how many times have we been at Brass Tap and so their wings, okay? I don't know if they smoke them or what, but they have this like smoky flavor to it. Insane. I would highly recommend the lemon pepper wings. Those were probably my favorite. I'd personally dip them in honey mustard. Don't judge me. It's delicious. They could be a little bit crispier, but bro, that flavor is really good. I love that flavor.
The flavor was incredible. I can't believe it's taken us 6 trips up there before we tried the chicken. And we ate. How many did we
insane.
eat? What did we have? 20?
Yeah, so I have a problem when I order food, because I see the wings and they have like a million different, flavors. So I was like, okay, let me just do 3 of them. So it ended up being 20 wings that we ordered, but we cleared it out. So teamwork.
Yeah, well, I mean, we like to eat. No, they were very good. I recommend. I mean, their hot dogs are really good too. Shout out to Brass Tap, really. They got pretty good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Tammy. It was Tammy that was helping us with that, right?
Tammy. Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yep. Shout out to Tammy. She's the one that's.
So shout out. Yes, I mean, she's incredibly accommodating, like very attentive to what we need to make the tournament run as smoothly as possible. Great communication. She's been a pleasure to work with, and the staff there is super helpful too, super nice. So
yeah, shout out to their bartenders, man. They got some of the best bartenders. Even last time we were there, you weren't there, Rico, but last time the tournament took a very long time, and the bartenders were still cool with it. Like, they're so chill. Let's talk about.
They were particularly thankful for the new format too.
Yes. They loved it. They were so. Although I will say this though, we did end up staying late because there was a good action match going on there. BJ and Archer played a good set. Rico, go ahead and tell the people about that.
Yeah, so come to find out, this new format comes with its perks, right? So with an early finish, as degenerate as we may be as pool players, we ended up staying anyways. So I mean, it's hard to miss out on good action. And as soon as the rumblings started that there might have been some play after the tournament, there was definitely an air of excitement. And as things tend to happen when you start talking about these types of matches, you never really know if it's going to happen or not, right?
Yep.
But man, boy howdy, how excited I was to have the freedom to leave and voluntarily stay because I wanted to see what was going down. It was definitely a treat, to say the least.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and just to let the people know, BJ did win the match. Hill though. So
yeah. So I mean, to comment on that a little bit, when BJ played against Jason Rogers and he played in the semis, and then he played Josh Roberts in the finals, immaculate stroke. Like if you want to watch somebody play near perfect pool, When that VOD is up, I highly recommend you guys watching that if you want to see BJ running. I would say damn near at full speed. Obviously not running racks because of the alternating break format, but when he had a shot, man, you were cooking that seat with your butt because you weren't getting up for a bit, right? When it transitioned to the action match, he definitely wasn't playing to the same speed. But I mean, I think that in itself is a testament to his ability to grind out a win against a legendary player. So
Agreed, and it was definitely a fun match to watch. I'm glad we stuck around, and that
I
just
mean, it
goes
was
to show,
hill,
yeah,
like
yeah,
race to 13. That's insane.
yeah. And it goes to show the people that when you come to a pool series event, maybe you want to stick around till the end because maybe you're going to start seeing more stuff like that now. Like you said, Rico, now that the tournament gets done at like a really great hour. I mean, we literally got done in the same day. Like we literally started on Saturday and got done on Saturday. Like the
Yeah,
clock
and
had
even with the action match, I think we left at like 3, which is still earlier than some of our tournaments have gone. So
yeah, I don't even think it was that late. I don't even think it was 3 o'clock yet. I think it was like
really,
just after 2 o'clock. I
maybe
feel like.
2, yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. It was, I mean, I don't know. Again, it was like a fever dream for me being able to get all that in one day. So
Agreed. Agreed. Let's talk about though some of our favorite moments at Brass Tap this year that happened on the table. We had 5 tournaments there this year. Just some of the highlights: you had Jazz McConney beating Guama Sanchez in the first tournament of the year. Let's see. You also had obviously Mike Davis finally getting a win at Brass Tap this year when he beats Josh Padron, and that was the match that took till like 5 something in the morning.
hold
Um,
on a second. You cut out. You said obviously there's, and then it cut out there.
oh yeah, the Mike Davis versus Josh
You're
Padron
cutting out
match.
again.
Josh, I'm cutting out again. How are you not hearing me?
Yeah. Okay. Good. You sound good right now. Sorry.
Yeah, Josh Padron and Mike Davis was a good match. Um,
Yeah.
Jazz beating Guama obviously was pretty spectacular. Seeing Josh Newman come out to the first tournament. Rico, what's your favorite moment from Brass Tap this year?
I mean, so one, I don't get to see Josh Newman play a lot. I would love to see him come out more. I played him once out at oh my god, Rock House, right? That's his stomping grounds over there.
Yep.
He looks like a really fun player to watch. I mean, his command at the table is, and I've only seen him play like once or twice. I want to see more of it, right? Personally, anytime that we go out to Brass Tap and I get an opportunity to possibly see Guama play, one of the funnest players to watch. I mean, he plays a very natural game. Like you'll watch pool players be very methodical, right? And actually, shout out to the action match he had with Anthony Miglino. Uh, Completely the opposite, right? Miglino is just like, he's taking out his abacus. And, he knows every angle on the table, right? And Guama just like, looks at it, maybe plays with his hat a little bit, and then like fires off and just makes everything on the table. So he's always fun to watch play. But I honestly think the semis and the finals of this tournament, watching BJ, show us how it's done, literally running a clinic. That's probably my favorite to date.
Nice. I can agree. I mean, I can probably almost agree with that. I personally like seeing Jazz beat Guama just because I think it showed that upsets can happen in the pool series at any given moment. Although at some point Jazz over Guama might not be an upset at some point in the near future. We don't know. But yeah, shout out to Brass
I mean,
Tap. It's
as
been a
far as
fun
I know,
week.
he lives underneath those tables, so
Yeah,
Jazz is getting
exactly.
better. Yeah, for
Yes,
real.
he's getting a lot better. But shout out to Brass Tap. Rico, you're gonna be excited when we go back there again next year.
Always, always. I think that's definitely one of those pool halls that has the best, at least, or not the pool room itself, but the events that we hold there. Pool room is really good, but it's the best combination of getting world quality players and also world quality audience members for our
Yes,
Calcutta. So,
yes, for sure, for sure. Let's talk about the point standings for a little bit, Rico. We got 2 events left here to get the top 64 for the championship. Obviously, the top 3 make money at the end of the year. BJ and Mike Davis have first and second locked up. First, Mike Davis, second, BJ. But third place, I think you have about 5 or 6 people that can get third place. Josh Heater, Ronald Bott, Josh Padrone, Hunter White, Jazz McConney, and Hank Powell. And then just the top 64 in general. There's a couple of good names on this list. I mean, how excited are you for the Tour Championship coming up?
I mean, the names are going to be vast, right? So, and you said we're holding it at Smoking Q, right?
Yeah, Smoking Q, December 6th and 7th. There'll be $2,500 added.
Yeah. So, if they have a spot in there and they're able to make it, I think it's liable to be one of the best, if not the best event that we've had this year.
I think so as well. I think it's going to be 64 player field. I think it could definitely be the best for sure. I'm trying to see where you're at on the rankings. Me and you are tied, by the way, Rico. Me and you are tied for 24th. 24th
Oh, yeah?
place. Yeah.
We're going to have our own little action match to see who's the best.
No. Justin doesn't play pool anymore. He's a tournament director.
Oh, right. Right.
We do
Good. That's an advantage to me.
Yeah. We do got.
You'll still beat me. That'll be the worst part.
You never know. I think we have played once. What have we played once before in the pool series?
Yeah, we did.
It was the 8-ball event, right, at Blue Rocks.
Was it 8-ball?
Yeah.
I think we didn't play in Smoky Q once.
Yeah, did we play?
I remember.
I thought so. I thought we played there.
Yeah.
Twice. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I remember because I lost.
At Smoky Q, I beat Pat Dixon and then you back-to-back matches.
Okay.
And
that's why you're tournament director, not because of any other reason.
And then at Blue Rocks, I'm pretty sure we played at Blue Rocks too, did we not?
If we did, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think we played the same. I think I finished like 4th place that tournament. I think I beat you, Jacob Brooks, and Carlos Torres. Like y'all were 3 of the wins, I think.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. Let's talk about the last 2 tournaments we have this year. We have a 10-ball event at Smoking Q. How much fun is that going to be? 10-ball is always fun, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think Smoking Q is definitely one of those places I always look forward to playing at. I mean, the equipment they have there is damn near immaculate. And then the quality of players that come out there too. They always prove to put on a really good show for us.
Absolutely. And then the last points event of the year will be at Fast Action 9-ball. Are you excited to be going back there one more time this year?
Yeah, so I'm really excited every time that we go to Fast Action. They seem to be like upgrading their location and their equipment. And shout out to Clint Clark. He's always a good host and incredible show. A player. Like anytime we come into his home turf, like we almost have to reserve one of the top 3 spots for him because he shoots lights out.
Yeah, he's literally out of 6 tournaments so far, he's finished top 3 all but once.
Really? Yeah. I mean, if he showed up, to more events, there's no doubt in my mind that he would be contending for one of the top 3 spots.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he showed up to more, I think he could be giving BJ a run for second and maybe be somewhere in between BJ and Mike Davis. But yeah, I think since the last time you were at Fast Action, I think they got 2 more new diamonds.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that's what I'm talking about. I mean, their ability to upgrade their stuff, and I can't wait to see what their menu looks like when they're allowed to serve food.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, last time we were there, I think the inspector was coming that week. So hopefully they'll be getting food soon. Rico, this was a fun tournament at Brass Tap, buddy. I mean, is there anything else that we need to talk about for the Brass Tap tournament?
I don't think so. I mean, I think we covered everything. I mean, the action match was great. We covered what we saw from the commentators box, right? I think we only had 1 incidence of commentators curse, and that was mea culpa. but I won't ever stop that because if I'm saying something good about a player and their ability to run out, it's usually merited. I'm not a big believer in commentators curse, but it is absolutely hilarious when it happens.
It is, for sure.
Shout out Brandon Mullis.
I want to put you on the spot here. We got 2 events left. Do you think we get a brand new winner in these 2 events, or do you think it'll be somebody that's already won before?
What are the where are the 2 events? One more time.
10 ball at Smoke and Q, and then 9 ball at Fast Action.
Fast Action. I think man, honestly, well, I'm assuming, did Mike Davis sign up for any of them?
He is not signed up for either one yet.
You were cutting out. I have no idea what
No,
you said.
no.
No? Okay. Then yes. I mean, that's what I love about the format, right? Like, I definitely think it keeps these top players who are favorites to win on their toes, right? So, if Josh Perdome shows up, I mean, he's about due. So I think there's going to be a good opportunity for either people to go incredibly deep in the rankings or the finishes, with definitely an opportunity to take the crown or the trophy in this case.
Agreed. And all right, so let's go to the championship. Since we're only a couple events away, we kind of know all the players that are going to be in it. I mean, there's a few contending for the last couple of spots, but give me 2 guys that you kind of maybe are picking to win the tour championship as of right now.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of good names.
So yeah, so I feel like if BJ keeps up what we saw at Brass Tap, he's definitely a favorite. I really like Mike Davis to win. I mean, he literally makes it look like another day in the office every time he shoots, and he's definitely beat BJ plenty of times. So I would wager, and I would say, especially given Mike Davis's penchant to commit. I mean, literally, he's doubling the
Yeah.
to the events as well as placing. I feel like I would take Mike Davis. But if BJ shows up shooting like he did those last 2 rounds, nobody stands a chance.
Yeah, it'll be well, BJ won the tour championship last year, so it'd be 2 years in a row. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
impressive, I feel like. Last year he beat Hunter White in the finals.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens this year. But Rico, this has been a fun tournament, dude. Thanks for being on the show for the first time ever.
Yeah, it's super fun. I mean, my biggest thing is just being able to be present, right? And being able to recap it with you. Because most of the time, if you were talking to me and I wasn't watching matches, or if I wasn't there for whatever reason, or didn't stay till the end, like, I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But it was absolutely a pleasure. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, dude. And when all the matches are back up on YouTube, what's the one that you think that they should go watch? BJ versus Jason Rogers?
And the Josh Roberts match.
All right.
Now, be prepared though; those last 2 racks in the final set take pretty long, and maybe you'll see why. But
By pretty long, yeah, by pretty long, they doubled the match time for the whole match.
Oh really? Oh my God!
I think so. I really think so. Yeah.
I made a joke about running commercial breaks because of how long it was taking.
Yeah, it was, but that's good. I mean, sometimes that it shows you how different games can go. They don't always need to be breaking runs.
Yeah, it shows you all aspects of the game that may not always be on the table.
Exactly. Rico, any last words to all the people out there before we sign off?
If you're thinking about trying to, test your skill, I think the pool series is a fantastic tour. I try to help Justin with it every so often, but I think that's an indication of, how I feel, what Justin is doing for the community, especially in the local area, and expanding, right? This used to be a local aspect, a local event, and it wasn't even a tour. We were just running tournaments, right?
Yeah.
And Justin expanded it to a tour, expanded, the money added, and now, he's always constantly talking to me about new places that he's trying to scope out for additional tour stops, and we might be going past the North and South Carolina at some point. So we'll see how that works out. But it's a super exciting event every single time with incredible action. If you're trying to get better or test out your skills, or just trying to get into Calcutta, you're gonna find it here. So
Yes, absolutely. It's bigger and better things are coming, pretty much is what Rico is saying. So for all you people watching this episode of TPS Reports, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow the pool series on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, all that jazz. Rico, you need to create your own little page for as much pool as you play. Create your own little page. People will watch for sure. So
I'm just here to support from the shadows. I'm just here to support from the shadows.
We like that too. So yeah, I'm Justin. That's Rico. We appreciate y'all joining us. And I guess we'll check you later.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.